Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you episode number 9 of our Leicester City FIFA 16 career mode. And as you will have seen in that intro a moment ago, today it gets a lot more difficult because due to our recent form in the league, I asked you guys whether I should move up to legendary difficulty, and in the background you'll be seeing a straw poll. You guys said yes, I should move up from world class to legendary difficulty. So as you see in the background as we get into the first game of this episode against Cardiff, we are now on legendary difficulty. Before we get into this episode, an episode that features games against Everton and Chelsea as well in the Barclays Premier League, if we could smash 70 likes on this episode of Leicester City career mode, that would be absolutely awesome because the support recently has been fantastic on this series. I'll have questions for you to leave in straw polls as well later on, but before we get into that, we are of course playing Cardiff in the Capital One Cup, and this should be a lot more difficult even due to the new difficulty on legendary. We've got a chance there from N'Golo Kante, but a good save from the Cardiff keeper from the resulting corner. Sisto finds Dele Alli on the edge of the area. He strikes from long range and it's in. Cardiff did not close him down, and just 5 minutes into our debut on legendary difficulty, we are 1-0 up, and this is going spiffingly so far. A fantastic strike from Dele Alli, who comes into the side in this cup game. One of his few opportunities, I suppose, to get too much game time, and he scores. But Cardiff, speaking of scoring, they've scored themselves, and they've equalised just 4 minutes later from a corner themselves. Peter Whittingham there finding Ben Turner at the back stick, and he thunders his header past Kasper Schmeichel, who did flap at it slightly, and our good work has been undone. But a few minutes later, a lovely 1-2 between N'Golo Kante and Okazaki, and the goal flurry continues in this game. What are we, 2.5 minutes into this episode? We've already seen 3 goals. Shinji Okazaki now with the goal in the 24th minute to restore our lead. We're going forward again with Shinji Okazaki skipping past challengers there, forcing a good save from the keeper, and then the rebound in the end blocked there by Fabio. Moving into the second half though, Vardy finding Okazaki again. He hits the post there, and surely Okazaki should have 2 goals by now. Kante flinging himself in there to try and get on the rebound, but he can't. Now a free kick in the 53rd minute being taken by Sisto is deflected, and a fantastic save there from the Cardiff goalkeeper to say he was wrong-footed. From the resulting corner, it's in towards Okazaki, who has another chance and is denied again by the goalkeeper, who is having an absolutely fantastic game. As you can see, we're making some substitutions there. Kramaric and Hamza Chowdhury, one of the younger players in this Leicester City squad. He's one of the young products of the Leicester City Academy, I do believe, is coming on, and Sami Amyobi there, the younger brother of Shola Amyobi, hitting the post there from long range. But Riyad Mahrez finding Richie Delat there in the 79th minute, into the box. It's for Hamza Chowdhury. The youngsters come off the bench. The 59 overall youngsters come off the bench, and he's only gone and flipping scored in the Capital One Cup. Fantastic header. The keeper, having had such a fantastic game, has flapped in it. But Hamza Chowdhury has scored on his full Leicester debut. Amazing. Riyad Mahrez though now finding Richie Delat. We're going forward for a fourth. It's 3-1 already. Delat finds Chowdhury. Surely not again. He scored again on his debut. This is astonishing. The 59 overall centre mid, Hamza Chowdhury, has just written himself into the history books. Surely he's got to be a fan favourite. This is absolutely astonishing. I've never seen anything like it. 2 shots, 2 goals. Hamza Chowdhury gets man of the match after being a 72nd minute substitute. Absolutely astonishing. Well, drop it in the comment section what you thought of that, because that was absolutely breathtaking. A 59 overall centre mid coming on his debut as an 18-year-old and scoring 2 goals, well, the second of which being a fantastic strike. Just absolutely astonishing scenes. Nevertheless, we've got to move on from that, unfortunately, and talk about question of the day. My question to you guys today is, we've obviously got quite a few young players in the youth academy now there. Makianok, Jonsson, Sloth, Schöner and Oliver Jonsson. I want to ask you guys whether I should now train them in the training section instead of training my players from the starting 11 like Mbolo, Sisto, Mahrez, etc. Should I train them just for a few episodes? Drop that in the comment section below, or of course you'll find the straw poll in the description below, so make sure to vote on that. Nevertheless, we are playing our first Barclays Premier League game of this episode, and we're against Everton. You'll have seen the squad there in the background. We're getting the first chance of the game again there. Riyad Mahrez finding Briel Donald Mbolo, and unfortunately, the Swiss striker is unable to find the back of the net. But Leighton Baines here going forward for Everton. Riedewald steps out, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's just absolutely abysmal defending. I'm not going to blame the AI because that was just absolutely appalling. Leighton Baines has given Everton the lead there with his 4th goal of the season in the 12th minute, and they're going forward again here with Lukaku finding Aaron Lennon, and thankfully he blazes it over the bar. I've got to get my defensive work together here. I'm not used to playing on legendary difficulty when it comes to defending. We've got to get that sorted out because that goal, the defending was absolutely hideous for Leighton Baines' goal. Nevertheless, we've got a free kick here. Gökhan Inler there finding Robert Huth, who gets it to Masuaku. Lovely little 1-2 here between Masuaku and Perez. And what a well-worked goal that is. And out of absolutely nothing, our left-back, Fuka'ata Masuaku, our left-back has played a 1-2 with our right-back in the opposition penalty area, and we've scored from it in the 35th minute. What a goal that is, and it's 1-1. First goal of the campaign and first goal for the club there for Fuka'ata Masuaku. Meanwhile, Leighton Baines somehow has not got his second goal of the game here because it's hit the post, it's hit Kasper Schmeichel, and thankfully for us, gone over the bar. Not entirely sure that didn't go in for Everton, but we've given away a penalty here in the 77th minute. Our joy will be short-lived because Nathan Dyer, on as a substitute for Pione Sisto, has given away a penalty by fouling Kevin Morales. Leighton Baines steps up, he stutters, sends Kasper Schmeichel the wrong way, and it's 2-1 yet again, and having threatened to get his second goal of the game earlier after that fantastically weird thing where it hit the post and then hit Schmeichel and went over the bar, he has scored and he's made it 2-1. Romelu Lukaku, with a fantastic strike in the last minute, has now made it 3-1. We were overcommitting players forward, and Lukaku, with a fantastic strike in off the post, has now made it 3-1 to give Everton a 2-goal unassailable lead, if you like. And we've unfortunately lost. Only our second loss of the season outright, and our second loss in the Barclays Premier League. Fuka'ata Masuaku, actually getting man of the match though, despite us losing the game. It was a fairly equal game, a fairly even game, despite us losing by 2 goals. I don't think we really deserved to lose by 2 goals, but overall Everton were far more clinical than we were, and in the end, I suppose, deserved the win based on that. So in the background, we've got to move on from that unfortunate loss. We did, of course, win 4-1 against Cardiff in the first game, so we've got to take heart from that, despite losing 3-1 to Everton, and just hope we can get something out of the Chelsea game at the end of the episode, despite how difficult that's going to be. A moment ago, you'll have seen the result of the vote for training, or who you wanted me to train, and I took the top 3 in that vote, and I've trained them for 2 weeks. Jamie Vardy, Pione Sisto, and Andre Kramaric were the highest 3 in terms of the vote. None of them have gone up any overall. In terms of Vardy has stayed at 71, Sisto stayed at 76, and Kramaric has stayed at 74, but Pione Sisto, I think, did go up on his vision during training. Nevertheless, as you can see in the background, we've got a very tough run of fixtures, playing Chelsea at the end of this episode, but we start next episode with a trip to Liverpool and then a home fixture against Manchester City. So we've got a very, very difficult run of 3 games. We could have really done with getting something out of that Everton game a moment ago. So now we go into this Chelsea game, really needing at least a point just to get us, to start us off, or kick us off into a very, very tricky run of fixtures. There is the starting 11 though in the background. Schmeichel in goal there, Perez, Riedewald, Huth and Masuaku at the back. Inler and Kante there as defensive mids, Vardy and Kramaric up front with Sisto and Mahrez as the wingers. And we get the first chance of the game here with Andre Kramaric in the 20th minute, but an easy save there from Courtois, And after Kramaric has formed recently, you would have expected him to do a little bit better there. Nevertheless, Jamie Vardy's been set through there from Fuka'ata Masuaku. He's managed to skip through the challenge there of Gary Cahill, and he scored. Fantastic stuff. We've taken a shock lead here against Chelsea, the Premier League leaders, of course, who lead the table by 11 points. This, of course, actually is first versus second in the league, of course. We are second going into this one, despite our loss against Everton. But Chelsea are 11 points clear of us, despite us being in second place. So a titanic fixture at the top of the table. And Ramirez probably should have done better there right at the end of the first half, hitting the post after the cutback from William. But as you can see, at half-time, we are 1-0 up, thanks to the man you saw on the screen a moment ago. Jamie Vardy, who scored with just 4 minutes of the half to go. Shinji Okazaki, though, trying to find a little bit of space there, but dragging his shot wide in the 68th minute. Courtois, I think, probably had that one covered, or Courtois, sorry. Riyad Mahrez being set along the wing here. We're not really being challenged too much here, being threatened too much by Chelsea. Some fantastic play from Riyad Mahrez to skip away from the challengers, and we are 2-0 up, and we're in dreamland here. Bruno Perez has scored. The guy who just cannot stop getting in attacking positions, despite being a right back. Fantastic dribbling there, it has to be said, from Riyad Mahrez, doing an absolutely incredible job there to find Bruno Perez. But now Chelsea have kicked into gear. Costa hitting the post there, and the rebound being saved by Kasper Schmeichel from Pedro there, the winger. Chelsea going forward again there. Pedro with the header for outside the area, hitting the bar. And the follow-up there being saved by from Nemanja Matic there by Kasper Schmeichel in our Leicester goal. And actually, we are going forward there and testing Courtois in the final moments there. Jamie Vardy with the volley. But as you can see, at the end of the game, we've beaten Manchester United, we've beaten Tottenham Hotspur, and now we have beaten the league leaders Chelsea, and we have served them up their first loss of the season, no doubt through the help of Kasper Schmeichel, who gets man of the match there after a few very vital saves from Pedro and Nemanja Matic late on in that game. But a fantastic performance, and as you can see, here is how that episode affects the league table at the end of proceedings. Chelsea are now only 8 points clear of ourselves in second place. We are in turn 3 points clear of Newcastle there in third, with Manchester United and Spurs rounding out the top 5. Stoke, after a very good start to the season there, are in 6th, and Everton, after beating us this episode, are in 9th. Manchester City, though, all the way down in 11th, so a pretty poor start to the season for those guys. We'll be playing them next episode, as well as Liverpool, in a very tricky episode where we also play Brentford in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. But nevertheless, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Leicester City Career Mode. Some absolutely astonishing scenes, it has to be said, beating Chelsea there at the end 2-0. Hamza Chowdhury, the absolute star of... I think that guy is gonna... I don't know, leave in the comment section what I should do with Hamza Chowdhury, whether he should get some sort of award or something, or a video made about it, because, I mean, it's just astonishing. It's just absolute scenes, mental scenes. What an episode it has been. Unfortunately, the 3-1 loss against Everton tainted it slightly, but nevertheless, you can't have it all your own way. If you did enjoy this episode, though, feel free to smash the like button. 70 likes on this episode would be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. Don't forget to vote on the straw poll that will be in the description below as to whether I should train my youth players. If you do not want me to train my youth players, put no. And if you do, put yes. If no ends up winning, I will train the same players that I trained this episode, which was Andre Kramaric, Jamie Vardy, and Pione Sisto. Nevertheless, it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.